It's not that soft for me. I'm not sure what's going on.
Hello, hello,
I can turn up my gain a little bit.
where's a
Is that helping
Discord?
it any?
There's a Discord.
Is this helping the mic issue?
Whoa, that's way better.
Okay. I just needed to up my gain. That's all.
Oh yeah, should get a blue box. We should get everybody blue boxes next year.
I have the Scarlet thing, but
Yeah, no, there's that. Okay, so there's another box
Mm.
that I have that I didn't buy for everybody because I was testing it to see if it was worth it, and it might be worth it. Because it turns out the drive on the microphones is pretty bad, obviously. That's why you have to like turn the gain like all the way up. So you have to just get like a essentially an amplifier. Essentially an amplifier.
So that you can not have all of the background noise as well as your voice in it. And
exactly.
Yes.
It prevents all the thing. Okay, so let me give a little bump to everybody.
So I'm just hopping
Live
into the
podcast. Hey, come hang out. Oh, Liger's here though.
Liger's
like
always here instantly. Liger was with me the entire time last night.
He's my
Great.
biggest fan.
And he never sleeps, apparently, looking at the time.
Friend. So no. Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, and now to also turn my
No, let them all wait. They should be following you on Twitch. I know that's not the intensity with which you said that, Liger, but I that's the way I want to interpret it.
I'm going to be, while we record, doing what I was doing last night, which is trying to farm Gimme Ghoul coins. The only reason I didn't do another badge last night was because I really want to use Gimme Ghoul on it.
You want to use
and
Gimme
that's just
Ghoul
not happening
on
right
what?
now.
Also,
just I want to use it on my team. Well, it's the normal gym, so I
the
assume
thing that made me the most disappointed is that Tentacool is not in the game.
The thing that made me the most disappointed is what Tentacool has become.
I love it.
I hate him. He is my least favorite Pokemon.
I
look at it
haven't
every
found
fiber
him
of my
yet.
being and I want to kill it.
I am pissed off. I am pissed off that
want to
Wiglet
find
exists. That Wiglet exists, but Wiglet exists, but we decided that that Diglett should be in the game as a result because Wiglet's here. But even though Toadskool's here, we can't have what's his face? Tentacool, yeah. And that makes me sad. Tentacool should be here.
I hate Toadskool so much.
I love it.
It makes me like Tentacool less.
I love both of them.
I love
Toadskool because it's literally like everything you want a Torterra to be. It's got a speed stat.
I just want to find one so I can decide whether I love it or hate it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. How many people are here? 2, according to my thing. Barrow-sama says they can't find it either. Oh, Barrow's on both. I can see both chats, guys. I promise.
That's just probably the only one who can right now.
I mean, you should be able to do it now.
Oh, that's fair. I can.
Yeah, we got you logged back in because we had somebody try to steal all of our account information, so that was fun.
Lots of fun.
Hey, Snackard. It just got to keep searching. I guess so. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock, so well, I guess we should make a show. All right, so I'm going to click Yeah, let's click record.
I have clicked record.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I can't hear you guys.
Okay. Oh, they can't hear us?
No, they can hear you. Audacity can't, though.
Sorry, someone just added me. I need to go check what's going on.
I did.
That was the joke, yes.
1 sec. I need to. I'm pretty sure the reason is probably because my Discord isn't set up to go through the right sound line. Yep. There we go. Now I should be able to hear you.
All right, Armourouge. Also, hot tip to anyone listening, the podcast people probably won't get this. Ceruledge can completely solo Mela because her Pokemon cannot damage it if it has Flash Fire.
Yeah, I believe that. All right, let's go. Let's click record now. We should be good. Did you click record?
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
I've clicked it.
Cool
Probably
beans. All right.
Do you want
then.
to snap?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we should snap in 3, 2, 1. And there we go. One sec. Apparently, I didn't finish updating the title on Twitch. There we go.
So you've got whatever
Boop.
unholy thing I cursed it with.
Yeah, there we go. Fixed it. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get a timestamp, and we'll begin whatever episode number this is. 571 probably, but I'm not going to say it.
Might be 70.
It's 71.
I've lost count.
I think it's 70.
We need to look this up because that's one of the first things we say.
No, I stopped saying it, actually.
Not
If you've listened to
anymore.
the last few episodes. I stopped. Mostly because of this issue. And welcome to the Puckle Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my spectacular co-host. We've got the wonderful, as always, fluffiest Whimsicott.
Hola.
And we've got the wonderful, as always, Linian.
Buenos dias.
And we're here to bring you another episode of the Puckle Podcast. We are live today on Twitch and YouTube, so you can be watching this live. If you're listening to it on Monday, you're not, but that's neither here nor there. So this is the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything from the video game to the trading card to everything in between. And we're just having a good time. I mean, I don't really want to ask you guys what you've been up to this week, but I will.
You can take a guess.
Yeah, I what?
Three
What?
guesses, but your first two don't count.
But you can guess something, Thatch.
Oh, what can I guess?
You can guess what I named my Capsa kid.
Jalapeno. Duh.
Yep.
I still have the picture. It's in my closet.
Same.
I still have it.
I have a picture of the picture.
I still have all those drawings from that one NAIC. So we do have it.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously we've been playing Scarlet and Violet. These are the new games that finally just dropped on the interwebs, or not on the interwebs, but like on your Switch. This is
Not on the interwebs for a week.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been on the interwebs for more than a week, but I can tell you that much. So it's a really good time though. It's one of those times it's really good to be a Pokemon fan. There's a lot going on. I mean, before this I was playing TCG Live, I guess. But
I mean, this is a bit of an upgrade.
This is,
as far as I'm concerned, at least.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. I'll be honest with you. You're probably not wrong. Compared to like TCG Live, it's definitely an upgrade, but it's gonna be a really good time. I mean, I don't want to make the intro too long today. I mean, it's gonna be short. It's gonna be really good for you, Whimsicott, that way, because you always edit the segment. But
Oh, that's right.
so it'll be a really good week for you, because it's gonna be really bad for Echo, unfortunately.
Oh.
Echo, we love you.
Yeah, we do. Sorry.
Poor Echo.
Yeah, poor Echo. But this is the most exciting time to be a Pokemon fan in the Pokemon sphere, because you get to go ahead and play a new game. I love doing it with everybody. I mean, we've been streaming like the past day and a half or so, and it's been like some really good turnout, and it's been like, in terms of the community, it's been a blast just to have like a ton of people hanging out playing the game with you.
It's the best part.
Yeah, it's the best part. Like, the best part is like the first month after release, I think, every single time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because then you just get to play with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You get to play with everybody, so it's definitely a blast and a good time, and I hope everybody else is having a good time with it. And if you're not, maybe this can help you. Maybe this can help you go ahead and decide whether or not you're going to buy this game, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't call this like a proper review, but more so what we think of the game thus far. And we get to talk about things. There will be like mild spoilers, I assume.
We just talked about Capsicid.
Yeah, we just talked about Capsicid. So, like light spoilers for some Pokemon that are just out there in the wild, because they're Pokemon now and they officially exist, kind of. They messed up the eyes again.
Very weird still.
Yeah, they messed up the eyes.
Yeah, they did.
They messed up the eyes, guys. They messed up the eyes.
And I'm bothered. I'm very bothered.
Yeah.
I have to say though, it's like my very first impression as far as the Pokemon go is a small percentage is just amazing.
Yeah.
And the rest is like just there.
I feel the same way. Like with let's save it for more of the topic. But
yeah.
So it's more of a coherent thought. I have a lot of thoughts. Most of them good. And in terms of game design, I think everything is good. In terms of like game execution, maybe some
Oh gosh.
But like,
oh god.
I without getting, again, like you said, too far into it, I had the comment to someone the other day. This game is for the first time in a while with Pokemon games, my complaint is all about execution and not really anything else.
Yes, I do agree with that. I have no complaints about the actual gameplay other than when you can't physically play it sometimes.
I think I agree like 95%. I do have a complaint about like the scripting of the game, but we'll get to that later.
All right. Well, before we get too far into it then, let's go talk about the news. I guess there's news this week. We'll go. So let's go ahead and cue that epic music. All right, let me pull up that news document because I do not have it open.
This wonderful time that all of our podcast listeners who are joining us for the first stream are now getting to find out, which is just us not having all of the documents open.
Why would I have all the documents open?
I don't know. I've got all the documents open.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I still have
I'll say
Chrome is that I just keep a session of Chrome open
for Puckle
on the Gmail account with all the documents open.
Okay, I'm gonna be blue. Somebody be the maroonish pink, whatever it is.
I'll get it.
And then somebody be green. Yeah. That's Lenny.
I'll
you're green. We volunteered you.
Okay. I've found another Gimme Ghoul. Friggin' finally.
Oh, I've seen like so many Gimme Ghouls.
Oh no, I have two, but I've seen so many I'm starting to run out and I haven't evolved mine yet. I am at about 700 coins.
It evolves? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the whole thing about the 999 coins.
Yeah, that's what the 999 coin things is for. Okay,
I was wondering. Interesting.
Moving on. Let's get a timestamp. And welcome to the news in the news. We've got a few things to talk about. I'm not going to kick it off today. We've got the lovely Whimsicott to kick it off.
Oh, thank you.
There's not enough news to do our normal thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
But in case you were wondering why your friends are showing up on your little notification thing with new icons, Nintendo Online has added profile icons that you can exchange Silver My Nintendo coins for. They will change weekly on Thursday night for the next 4 weeks. I also hate them. And there are 5 weeks worth of them. I should check them out very soon because FOMO.
I believe Sigma posted a link to it on the Discord.
Yeah, I haven't really gone on the Discord a lot because I wanted to find most of the Pokemon before getting terribly spoiled for all of them.
The night is dark and full of spoilers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. But yeah, okay. Yeah, get those Nintendo profile icons, I guess. I don't know. It's nothing that I care about too desperately much. But it's things. Speaking of things I do care about desperately much, the TCG Live beta is now available worldwide. As a reminder, you don't have to migrate your account if you have an account on Pokemon TCG Online. You don't have to if you don't want to, if you just want to try out Live. They're still doing a lot of beta adjustments. I've been playing the beta for actually the past couple months because I just went on it with a VPN. And
Liar.
I'm a liar. And I have actually like watched them make like real time adjustments. So they are still actively adjusting it. So I do want everybody to know that. It's also not that fun anyway. Because because so there's in the new set in Silver Tempest there's
the
one card.
thatch giveth and the thatch taketh.
Okay, well there's like it's because there's a card that's broken on it right now, and it there's always like one card that gets messed up every set, and so the last card that got messed up was Enamorous V, and nobody played it anyway, so it didn't matter. But the one that's broken this time is in like every not Lugia deck.
Oh no!
Yeah, is such a good card, but it's broken, and so and so like the only thing anybody's playing right now is Lugia. So if you just want to play Lugia mirrors, go at it. You can go play Pokemon TCG Live. The reason that this happens, by the way, is because there are so when you actually play TCG Live, they give you like half a free deck every set, essentially. And then you just ladder for it, and if you finish the battle pass, you'll end up having all the cards to like essentially make a tier 1 deck, which is kind of insane. And so this season right now, they're giving away Lugia, and they're also giving away Regidrago. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff and you want to get into TCG, this is actually very accessible for new players. More so than TCGO. So I definitely recommend it. The mobile app will also drain your battery, so don't play it.
Okay.
I do, but I also think it's horrible because they won't let you play in portrait mode. You have to play vertically.
What?
Yeah, you have to play vertically, and when you draw your first opening hand of 7 cards, you have to like scroll back and forth to be able to see your whole hand.
That is horrible.
It's awful. I absolutely hate it, but it's a necessary evil for me to get good. Unfortunately.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah, I deal with horrible UI so that I can go ahead and I can be the very best
go to
like
Worlds.
everyone ever was. My goal is to go to Arlington and just get points. Just any number of points. Give me 30 championship points and I will be happy. I'll say mission accomplished.
I believe in you.
I don't, but I'm hoping.
Well, one of us does.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's enough about TCG. Let's go move on to Pokemon Go. We'll do this for Linian.
Pokemon Go. I guess Scarlet and Violet uniforms are available. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's given us some special dates to look forward to because they know that they're bread and buttered when Pokemon is out.
Yes.
It's got to be really hard to have your successful VR game die at least once a year.
Man, okay, if you think about like the past like year though, like 3 games. Like
yeah,
you had BDSP, you had PLA, and then now Scarlet and Violet.
This is why I led with at least. December 17th and 18th will be Community Days featuring Pokemon from the past 2 years. January 7th is January's Community Day, and special events are said to be slated for the 3rd, 11th, 10th, and 11th, and the 24th and 25th. I have no idea what could possibly cause them to schedule something over Christmas Eve and Christmas. I mean, like, it is those things, but also why?
Because many people will be home. And maybe, I don't know, kids will get cell phones on Christmas, which
yes.
But it
no, that's true though. No, that's actually true. That does happen. Like something with the youth.
Part, sure. I just don't understand it, so the kids must be wrong.
Yes.
Well, I mean, my sister and her boyfriend do play a little bit. So I imagine maybe at Christmas you see the family and you want to trade Pokemon, and so
Yeah.
you open the game and there's an event. I'm gonna play a little more than I would have otherwise. Something
No, I
like
agree with
that.
this. I agree with this. No, because I would definitely do that. Like during Christmas, I'll play a little bit more just because, like, what else are you going to do? You're seeing family. Maybe you don't want to talk to your family, so you play Pokemon Go. And
I like how I had the wholesome, positive idea about it, and you were like, well.
I'm only speaking from semi-personal experience, but that's a completely different story. Like, I definitely have some minor, like, I love my family, but sometimes they're a little much. So, you play
Yeah,
Pokemon
I
Go.
guess. Well, I won't go into too personal stuff. Let's keep going with the news.
Please don't.
Yeah. All right. So the next part of the show is Puckle's Poke prediction. Will Scarlet and Violet be successful enough launch weekend for TPCI or Nintendo to put out a statement bragging about how many units have been sold within the next couple of weeks, like they did about Arceus? And I think the answer is yes. They already have. Haven't they already bragged that like this is the most pre-ordered video game?
No,
like,
they
ever?
didn't. Other people who had
Oh,
access
okay.
to sales figures bragged for them, which
Okay.
is
So-
honestly a bigger flex.
Yes.
I initially read this question slightly different.
I want
and
to
I
know
thought
how
it
you
was
read it.
So I thought it was about how many Switch console units they were going to sell alongside the game. And I was about to say, that's not exactly a compliment if people feel that they have to update to the OLED in order to be able to run the freaking game.
It doesn't help, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't help. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
The only reason I'm not out there buying a Switch OLED right now is that you guys told me that it doesn't help.
It's not an issue. We can talk about it during the topic. There's actually an explanation from a lot of people who understand the code much better than I. And
I think there's
Well,
some,
there are multiple problems, but there is
yes,
one particular
there's
explanation.
one that does a lot of the heavy lifting for explaining what's going on.
Okay, because one thing I've noticed is that there's like, have you ever noticed the little Pokeball asset that shows up in some cutscenes or
Yes,
when
yes.
you're moving around?
Yes.
Like, that is not a wholly finished and polished game. Like, forget like the camera clipping through the ground. Fine, the camera's clipping through the ground, but there's a placeholder asset that's just showing up in scenes. There's something wrong there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
So before we get there, we do have to go to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where I'm going to quiz your co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. So let's kick it on over to that.
I will tell you right now, if we get 1 point today, I'm going to be happy because my brain is just mush. I have not been sleeping enough. All of
It's
these
all
new
the,
Pokemon, I'm trying to keep track of them and I can't.
It's all old trivia anyway. Or
I
all
know,
old
I
stuff.
know.
Like
But I don't have the brain power to do it.
Well,
I know, I saw.
it's
Very thoughtful.
some of it, and also I
thanks for
doubt
that.
the trivia
Was
the
that a
first like,
follow? I am not
3
looking. I'm
days
sorry,
is
guys.
any good.
Oh, thanks for that follow.
Gross. What the chill?
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and I need to fix my screen size. I just realized. But that's another story. Okay. So let me go ahead and pull up the trivia again. Okay, here we go. Once I get a timestamp. And welcome to Puckle's Poke Quiz. Thank you for that introduction. Our first question today is going to come to you from Bird Trainer Faye. We're going to go ahead. Believe it or not, lots of Levitate mons are Psychic types. How many Psychic type Pokemon have this ability? Megas included. I am going to give you a +or-2 on this.
Okay.
9 come to mind immediately. Because we've got Lake Trio, Cresselia, Solrock Lunatone, Baltoy, Claydol.
Ladle?
Oh, 8 come to mind immediately, and I miscounted.
Okay. Well, Latios and Latias and Megalatias, do they count separately?
I would assume each of them count, but not the forms as other Pokemon.
Okay, so that's 10, right?
That's 10.
Okay. Okay, so no new Pokemon, so no need to talk about those.
I didn't encounter anything with Levitate, much less a Psychic type.
I saw a Psychic type that doesn't have Levitate, but it could be another ability that it conceivably has, given the Pokédex entry. So, whatever. I'm going through it in my... So
Bronzor, Bronzong.
Right? That's 12. How about, do LGM and BHIM have Levitate? Okay.
Nope. I know that one factually. Because it would make them better than they are.
Yeah. And just a lot of them do float, even if they don't have the ability. And it confuses me a lot.
Like Musharna and
Muna,
but they don't have it. How many are we up to? I've lost.
We are at 12.
And what's our plus or minus?
2.
2. Do you want to answer 14?
Yes.
Or give us another 10 seconds to see if we remember anything else.
I'm tapped. I was up till 1 in the morning playing a video game.
Oh, same, but 2 in the morning.
Oh, look at us. Just the models of restraint. I had to get up at 7 a.m. for this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got up at 7 to feed the cats. But then I did have time to take a nap in between, because time zones. So.
I'm going to need an answer here.
Yeah, we gave you our 14. Answer. We're waffling.
14?
Yeah.
14 is unfortunately out of the range. The answer is 17. So you have the Lake Trio, Azelf, Mesprit, Uxie, Bronzong, Bronzor.
I just remembered 2 of them. Chingling and Chimecho.
Yep, Chingling and Chimecho. Claydol and Baltoy. Latias, Megalatias, Latios, Megalodios, Cresselia, Lunatone, Solrock, and Unknown.
Wait, are you counting the Megas separately?
Yes.
Because we didn't.
Why would you not count them separately? They're different Pokemon. You answered 14. Because... You got it wrong. I'm not giving you the point. Moving on.
Well, even if we...
The thatch giveth and the thatch taketh away.
Yeah.
We would have gotten it if we had counted
fine.
them.
We're fine.
It's fine.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a Pokemon Conquest question.
Oh. Nope.
For real?
This is from Batista. Wait, have you guys never played Pokemon Conquest?
I got it. When you gave me that copy, my 3DS was immediately stolen, so I did not get very far.
Okay. You might know this if you've played the main story part, not any of the other parts.
I've never played a single second of it.
Okay, well, moving on then. We'll do the other question that I have from Elise Rococo. While many Pokemon had abilities change between generations 4 or 5 and 6, which Pokemon changed abilities between Pokemon Black and White to Pokemon Black and White 2?
Well,
this is a very fair question that I did not know.
I actually knew the answer to this. Yeah.
Basculin.
Oh, yes, actually, I did know this.
Yeah, I knew this.
It's Basculin.
When she said it was Basculin, it all clicked, and I remembered that.
Yeah.
All right, Basculin is correct. Blue Stripe Basculin had Reckless changed to Rockhead.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact about this one, it was actually just an oversight in Black and White. As there's an in-game trait in Pokemon White to receive a Blue Stripe Basculin, and that one actually does have Rockhead as ability instead of Reckless. So it's probably an issue in coding, which Game Freak never has. So
did they make a typo and then
probably
because...
also Basculin is a Pokemon that didn't need to exist, but that's a whole other thing.
Fair, yes.
You guys are 1 for 2. Your next question is going to be your Pokedex entry question, as always. We're going to go ahead and ask you this question from, I believe, Snackard. Its Pokemon Y Dex entry reads, if you're enchanted by its smooth, dance-like kicks, you may get a closer experience with one than you'd like. Who's that Pokemon?
What? You.
If you were enchanted by its smooth, dance-like kicks, you may get a closer experience with one than you'd like. Who's that Pokemon?
That is such a
Pokemon Y.
cute Y.
Because my immediate thought was Serena, and that is not
No,
in Y.
exactly. So, another Pokemon that dances, but it doesn't kick people. It could be. Whoa, wait. Mienfoo, maybe.
Mienshao?
Mienshao has more entries about the fur on its sleeves, but yeah. Another
Well, let's say
possibility.
Mienfoo then. Thatch tends to give it to us if we get the line,
Yeah,
but not the
okay.
mon.
Let's
I'll give it to
try.
you if you give me the line, but not the Mon, yeah. What are you answering?
Let's try Mienfoo.
Mienfoo is incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
So your next Pokedex entry is going to come from Pokemon Crystal.
Mm.
After doing a handstand to throw off the opponent's timing, it presents its fancy kick moves.
Okay, that's Hitmontop or Hitmonlee. Probably Hitmontop.
Yeah.
I would say Hitmontop because it's based on a capoeira dancer.
Well,
So
dancer is the is
Yeah.
arguably incorrect.
martial artist with, capoeira is a dance-like martial art. So
A groove. We'll split the difference and say grooving fighter.
okay, that was totally unnecessary, but also awesome. So yeah, let's say Hitmontop.
Hitmontop is correct. You guys are 2 for 3. So your next question is going to be your multiple answer question, as always. There are 7 answers for this question. We're not going to do that. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 answers for this question as well. So you get a point for every 2 you give. If you give me all 7, you can pat yourselves on the back. Or maybe if the chat on Twitch gives you the thumbs up, I'll give you a bonus point on top of that for a total of 4. We're gonna go ahead and give you this one from Lucario1. Everyone knows that Clefable is able to use multiple moves as part of its Unite move. Oh, is this Pokemon Unite? Do you guys know anything about Pokemon Unite?
No.
Oh, you're getting another one from Wolfie then.
Okay.
As of Generation 8, what 7 non-legendary Pokemon have equal base stat distribution in that every single one of their stats has the same base stat?
Okay, so Glalie, Castform.
Ditto.
You have to lock them
Ditto?
in. You have to lock them in with me, but
Okay.
Well, actually, no.
and 3
I
strikes and you're
know
out.
unknown was incorrect. So, but let's lock Glalie. Let's lock Castform.
Both of those
Okay.
are correct. Glalie with a base stat 80 across the board. Castform with 70. That's 2. There are
Ditto
5 to go.
Was that right?
Sunkern, lock it in.
Okay.
Which one?
Sunkern.
Sunkern is also correct with 30s across the board. That's
Wasn't
3.
Ditto one of your answers?
I
Ryan?
realize I don't know if its health is different or not.
Okay. We'll keep that on the back burner
3
then.
strikes, right?
You have 3 strikes, yeah.
And then let's try Ditto.
Ditto is correct with 48s across the board.
Okay, so that's 4, right?
Yeah.
That-
I know
Yep.
unknown
And there's
isn't
3 more.
correct, and I want to say unknown. Do you want to try Snorunt?
Maybe later.
Okay.
There's wait, no, that's technically still a mythical / legendary.
Eon.
Fionn, yeah.
Yeah, it's a mythical.
So, what else is there? Was something else.
I'm going to need an answer here, guys.
Yeah.
I know. I'm thinking, but super rounded base stats.
You do
are
have
usually
You do have the
Yo,
hint.
we do have the hint. We got a
we
question
can't get
wrong,
we
so we
can't
should
cash
use
it
it.
in. So sure.
Let's use it.
So you've answered Ditto, Sunkern, and Glalie so far. One is a Gen 3 Ice type, one is a Gen 3 Normal type, and one is a Gen 2 Fighting type.
Tyrogue, lock it in.
Tyrogue is correct.
Okay,
so
Snorant must be the other one.
Snowrunt is correct. That is 50s across
What was
the
the
board.
third hint?
Gen 3 normal type.
Gen 3 Normal type.
Gen 3 normal type that isn't cast form.
And it's not Kecleon.
I know it's not Kecleon. It has better special defense than anything else. The Gen 3 normal type.
Not Zigzagoon, not Linoon. Not Talo, not Swellow.
It's not Skitty, right? It has
Yes. No,
Is it
it's Skitty.
stats. Okay.
Pretty sure it's Skitty.
Well, we can try. We get 2 strikes after that one.
Yeah, well, yeah, Skitty.
Skitty is unfortunately incorrect. It is not
Okay.
Skitty.
I've led us astray.
Okay. It's
I'll throw
a
myself
single
into the sea.
normal type, or does that include?
It's a single normal type.
Okay. Well, there's not a bajillion.
I mean, this is just for like you guys have 3 points, so like you guys can.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
then I'm
just
good.
for fun.
I'm only gonna rack my brains about Gen 3's normal types for so long. Please tell me the answer if we've gotten all the points on the board.
I'm going to save you now and cut you guys off because you're being very quiet about picking an answer. So, the answer.
Didn't you
that
hear
you're missing-
Linian?
What did he say?
He
I
said,
said
we
we've got all
might
the
as
points,
well.
so kill me.
Yeah.
End
Yeah.
of this.
It's going to be Spinda.
Oh.
Oh,
Spinda.
yeah.
the
We could have
Pokemon.
sat there for like another half hour, and I would not have
Yeah,
remembered
yeah.
that Spinda exists.
Spinda is such a forgettable Pokemon. Me,
Yeah.
who loves red pandas, can never remember it. And it's
Spinda.
more
It
likely
doesn't
when...
look enough like a red panda to count.
Speaking
as a
of
red
doesn't look like a red panda, do you know what comes to mind when I think of red panda more? Beware.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks like a red
That's
panda
true.
completely.
All right. So we have one more question left. It's your base stat question, as always. This is, as a reminder, is only up to Gen 8. And we're going to go with the question from the trivia master himself, Liger. What fighting type Pokemon has the lowest base attack?
Well, Tyrogue is a baby, but he's not that bad.
If I remember right, he's a baby and is.
Who? Sorry?
Tyrogue is a baby and is that bad.
Even in its attack stat?
Well,
I'll
as we
remind you.
just
I'll
learned,
remind
they're
you
all rounded.
Yeah, I'll remind you that he's base 35s across the board. I'll give you that.
So
I'll
it's
give you that
basically
for
if
free.
there's it's basically a question of is there another one who has something lower than 35? And I can't think of any. Because there aren't any fighting type special attackers that aren't like I guess the other one baby is Riolu, but I feel like it has to be something other than Riolu, right?
I think Riolu is better than Tyrogue.
I mean,
Simply
I
because
do
it's
too,
not
but
a
also
Gen
I think
2
its attack
baby.
stat is higher.
Yeah. Simply because it's a baby, but it's not from Gen 2. So,
I mean, that does count for a lot.
yeah.
Unless you're trying to be your Thatch's favorite Pokemon, in which case,
Yeah, because
Um,
Kabfu is decent. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can't think of anything on the spot because, no.
Tyrogue.
Yeah, let's go with Tyrogue.
Tyrogue is correct with a base 35
Oh,
attack.
good.
Next in line for those of you that go to trivia bars that I would love to go to is Meditite with 40. Medichan
Okay.
and Makuhita was 60. And Croagunk was 61.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought of Meditite.
Thank you
because
guys. That's
it's
6.
up
That's
like
6
it.
points?
Yeah.
6 points?
Yeah.
3.
I think that's how many.
Yeah.
That feels right.
So
okay.
we got 0, 1, 1,
yeah,
3,
yeah.
and then 1. Yeah, that's 6.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sort the points today, and that does change up our standings slightly. Remember, everybody, this is a race to 40 points, and it's going to be the first one from Seth Vilo is in first now with 20 points, followed up by Linian with 18, Whimsicott's in third with 12. Tied for fourth, we have Claude Shark with 11. In sixth, we have Mark with 8. In seventh, we have a tie between Sublime and Dr. Shamu with 7. And in ninth, we have a tie between R Sigma and Jushiro with 6. If you want to listen to more, you can definitely just check us out anytime you want. Every week, we have these trivia questions. They will be updated to Gen 9 most likely next week. And I am very excited to ask those questions. But until then, we're going to take you guys over to the part that you actually care about today. We're going to kick it on over to the topic.
The Tased Thatch, apparently.
Who tastes Thatch?
I don't know, because you do not usually stammer like I do.
Oh, yeah, sometimes that happens. I'm mostly distracted, but there's a lot of things on my screen today. There's a game, there's 2 chats.
I have stopped looking at your stream because I will also get distracted.
Yes.
And I have a bonus task running in my brain, unlike you guys. So
Yep.
Bonus task?
yeah, the translation one.
Oh.
Yep. All right, let me get a timestamp, and we'll do this topic. Also, thanks to you, Mikal was here. I don't know how to say that properly, but thank you for that follow earlier. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start the topic.
While you get that timestamp, I am at 786 coins. Come here, you little bird. Ah!
Welcome to the topic. Our topic today is going to be about Sword and Shield. Actually...
What?
No, yeah, exactly. I did that on purpose. It's obviously Scarlet and Violet. The game's just dropped. We've been playing it.
On me.
I know I pulled a sneaky on you. We're actually talking about Sword and Shield and why Scarlet and Violet's a better game. And
Despite all attempts at the opposite.
honestly, I don't think you're wrong though, right? Like, I'm playing it right now, but I've really enjoyed
start with the bad stuff because I think all of us are feeling much more positively than negatively.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Let's just get the little minute of hate out.
No, okay, so this game runs horribly.
Oh, it's so bad.
This game runs absolutely like garbage because
it crashed after a boss on me.
No, I did the same thing. No, I had 2 Pokemon evolve after a trainer battle. And it crashed on me because the game is just very poorly optimized in a lot of ways. Like this feels it messes up to the point that it feels like the entire game is a beta.
Yes.
And I don't like that. I don't like that I feel that TCG Live runs better than this game.
See my previous comment about the Pokeball asset just showing up.
Yeah, no, I've had that happen so many times. Actually, like I've had it show up for in just like cutscenes. It just shows up.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, and I mean, the game just doesn't run very well. And people are moving at 3 frames per second off in the distance. We had those minor complaints when PLA came out. Yeah,
like what's baffling to me is it's like, okay, you hide that. Like, you just make it so if something's further out where you're only drawing it at 4, you just don't draw it at all. It looks better.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I don't disagree with you, but then there would be nothing on the map at this point.
Yeah.
Because
as opposed to how lifeful and growing it is.
I mean, okay, the thing that really gets me is like they made like what would be very beautiful scenery everywhere in this game, particularly in the town with the grass type gym leader in it. The game has this beautiful windmill, and like it would be these beautiful set pieces in the background in your battles with wild Pokemon and trainers. But the problem is because they're like everything's running so poorly, the windmill is turning slower than a Windows 98 hourglass.
Yeah.
And it's very distracting and very immersion breaking. Because like I think back to, I mean, I hate making this comparison because I really hate when people compare Pokemon to Breath of the Wild. But like you think back to Breath of the Wild and like things you see off in the distance, it's usually okay. Granted, there is a few more things going on here, because there's like a whole battle system and like a bajillion of other creatures on the map. And Breath of the Wild was very empty compared to this, actually.
Yeah.
And also
I think
the things that
comparison.
appear.
I think that comparison is very unfair because Breath of the Wild was a feat of optimization. It should not have worked as well as it did, and they only made it do that because it was also coming out on Wii U. So it had to be relentlessly optimized.
And they also delayed it a number of times. It was delayed so many times.
So I don't.
And we know you can't delay a Pokemon game.
So I don't want to say you can't, but I think they just won't.
They really should have.
I'm expecting a patch. We always get a patch of some sort, like within the first month of the game's release, where they usually fix how when you save in the main city, you can no longer have a save file. And
at least none of the stuff has been save breaking.
Yes. No,
it's been immersion breaking, but like no one's lost hours of work. I lost about 2 minutes.
It's just very very what's the word? Like it's after going from BDSP, which had the most beautiful battle backgrounds in any Pokemon game I have ever played, to this is a little jarring, and I kind of want that back.
Yeah. The thing that is jarring to me is when you go into a Terra Raid battle, everything looks amazing.
Yeah, they definitely did optimize that. I do agree.
They optimized that, and it's like if the rest of the game was as beautiful and ran as smoothly as those do, can you imagine the potential?
No, we wouldn't be complaining because it's I also am not complaining because I think unlike some other games that could have these problems, the gameplay itself does make up for a lot of the issues. And it's a little bit more forgiving or forgivable than some other games you might play.
And it's also not as bad. I will say this: I read some of the reviews and Reddit stuff, which was a terrible mistake.
Don't.
But I read some of that before, just because I was curious to know what people were thinking, and I was worried that it was going to be truly unplayably bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's just takes something that would be an easy 10 out of 10 and pins it no higher than an 8.
I agree with that. Because
mostly so do I.
Reddit was really funny about this actually, because they brought up the fact that like Pokemon, I mean, it's still getting really good scores on review sites. This game obviously, like it's getting like 9 out of 10s, 95s out of 100s or whatever. And somebody they go. So I've determined that the Pokemon factor is plus 0.2 roughly to everything, because if this was any other game they would be giving it like 7s and 70s. And I'm like you're probably not wrong. I mean Pokemon is really good. They're a master at their craft in terms of gameplay design, I think. I think they do have a habit sometimes of just phoning it in because they can.
You know what?
Which is fair.
What? You could also go about this the other way. You could say they could totally put out the game that is half of what this is.
No, I agree.
Would still double it up because it's Pokemon. So it's admirable that they are trying.
No, I agree with you. I think that I'm not mad about this game existing.
No. Neither am I.
I'm not. I think that this game is done well. This is just like the one place where it suffers is that there's so the main issue, the reason that we have a lot of like lag and stuttering issues in terms of how bad things look sometimes, is because of and how bad it feels to play sometimes, because sometimes your frame rate stutters like when you're running and stuff. And this is just because there's a memory. The way it handles the memory, it like tries to load the whole map at the same time. And it stores it improperly. And so actually, if you just save and reboot the game, it cleans
every like couple hours.
Yeah, just cleans it. It just cleans it and it runs way smoother. Yeah, fun fact.
Because so the problem is that This game doesn't have blood moons, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's actually a really simple thing for them to fix in the long run. Like,
Exactly.
for them to like, it's a very simple fix, which I do believe they will inevitably do.
Yeah,
Even
they
if it's
just need
delayed
to...
until banker DLC.
Yeah, I mean, I could even see it coming in the next month.
I would prefer it to, and I don't think it won't, but I'm just letting people have that moment to
I
prepare.
think it could. I think an update that makes it run smoother will just appear in like the next month or so. I mean, it could even happen when we get like the
hope
new
so.
Terror Raid updates for next month. But yeah, I mean that's like the bad stuff out of the way. I don't want to harp on the game.
Yeah, that's
not
pretty
running
much...
super well all the time. I just would like to see people walk at more than like 3 frames per second when they're more than 10 feet away from me. That's all I hope that they fix in the future. But
Yeah. Because like I said, this game is amazing. It took me 3 hours to get to the school.
yes,
And I had caught
Same.
50 Pokemon by the time that I had, because I just wanted to explore.
yeah, no, and
Me
they do a very good
too.
job. They like the
And this-
game.
Okay, so wait.
This is a good. No, that's a good segue. We almost had a natural segue, and you ruined it. I'm kidding.
I had to ruin it because I have one tiny negative thing to say, so that we can
okay,
all go
okay, yeah,
all
yeah,
positive
that's fair.
afterwards. I
That's fair.
apologize.
No. Go ahead.
It wasn't very smooth. I'm sorry.
Now it's
Actually,
not. Thatch ruined it. It's fine.
I ruined it. I ruined it now.
It's always Thatch's fault.
Everything's
Actually,
Thatcher's
I have
fault.
2 complaints.
Have you read the
One-
surveys?
It's
Have you read the
co-host
surveys too?
privileges. Nothing's ever our fault.
Have you? Yeah. Have you?
Nothing, ever.
Have you read the surveys too?
No, I haven't.
I don't do that anymore.
Me either. I don't want to. My complaints, plural, are I wish there was a little bit of scaling to the gyms,
Oh, I
because
see
if you
what
go
you're
one
saying.
way and then you go back the other way, the gyms are just, you click a button and the gym is over, which isn't very climactic. And then the
Uh,
other super
yeah.
tiny complaint is that the way the Pokédex is handled, if you don't want spoilers, like I don't want them, you have to be careful how you use it, because it will just give you the silhouettes of stuff that's there if it's just next to something else in the Pokédex. If you click on it.
No, that only happens for evolutions for the most part.
No, it doesn't. Because if you put an entry in the Pokédex, it fills out the one before it and the one after. So, for example,
that's
mild
not entirely
spoiler
true.
about
That's
the returning- That's mostly true, though. So, mild spoiler about the returning Pokemon. I had one Pokemon in the Dex, and then I looked at the entry just before it, and it had the outline of a Gen 4 evolution that I didn't even know the Pokemon was returning. And then I got
sometimes it happens though because you just see it out in the distance.
Yeah.
I
That's
definitely did not see a Gallade in the distance.
You very well might have.
No, not
or
in the
you
first
saw.
2 hours
Hey,
of the
Whimsicott,
game.
did you catch a Ralts?
If you catch
No.
rolls, that happens as
Okay.
well.
I didn't catch a Ralts. It was like 3rd hour in.
Yeah, Ralts
Yeah,
is
you can
available
see
that
a
early.
rolls. You can see a rolls that early. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I caught a
didn't see
Ralts
a
before I
Ralts.
got to this. Before I got to
No,
the
no, no,
gym. So this
sometimes
is
you
what
don't-
I'm willing to
no.
bet happened.
Yeah. Sometimes you
your
don't even see
game
it.
rendered a Ralts. Yeah, your game rendered a Ralts. Added the Ralts line to the scene,
Yep.
and then
Yep. I agree with
didn't notice.
what Linian said. This happens
'Cause
if
That
a
is messed up.
if a Pokemon pops up on like the map in front of you, you might not see it if it's a small Pokemon because like I saw a Fungus and I didn't know about it, and it registers
Yeah.
it to your scene in the Pokedex. There's like 3 versions of like scene, or there's like there's
Three
like the
tiers.
tradition. There's the traditional scene that you would see, like I had battled this Pokemon but did not catch it. And there's the caught, but there's also like another tier of like you've glimpsed this Pokemon in the wild before, and you miss it a lot because you
But I
see things
didn't
pop
have
up in
a-
the Pokedex as a result.
I didn't have a Pokédex space for Ralts. That's the thing. I didn't have the Ralts line. I just had
Well-
Gallade.
weird.
It was
Just
so
don't
That
leave
is
the
weird.
Dex then.
I mean,
Yeah, I had to
if that's
stop
the only
doing
one, that
that.
sounds like a bug because it only does it for me for the other things.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyway,
But
on to the
enough
positives.
mean.
I mean, there's plenty of. So I want to go back and circle back to your comment about the level scaling, because I have opposite feelings than you do. Because I have noticed the lack of level scaling in Pokemon, or in the new Pokemon, and I actually like it, because I find it slightly more immersive, and that's just because it means that you are a stronger trainer just going around the land beating up gym leaders to go like just get your credentials. I mean, obviously you're still going to have a hard time with the harder gym leaders, but you can just go back and circle back and say, hey, I'm taking you out now.
I have a counter argument to this.
I have no problem
but
with this. Go ahead.
I will let Linian go ahead.
I was going to say, you either have a game where all content is roughly equally difficult, which I don't think is an inherent good. But it is a game where no matter what you do, you're roughly at that level. Or you have a game where you can stomp things easily, or you can kick their teeth in.
So
now, I don't think that's strictly better either. I just wish they would help. The one thing I wish that they would help me flag what I should be doing. Let Nurse Joy's little thing, instead of being a thing I can handle, it's just the lowest leveled thing I haven't cleared.
That's a good change, I think. That's a good
change.
That
would be nice, yes.
Because like, they already do they already like kind of force you into certain directions anyway. Because if you go far enough on one route, you realize things are getting kind of rough, and you have to go back the other route. So it's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not as like free and explory as people wanted it to be, which is kind of weird because like it's a Pokemon game, so you need level scaling, like to some extent.
I don't want everything to be level scaled to your level. I want just the gym leaders to be, for the simple reason that in the lore, gym leaders do that, and Nemona specifically mentions doing that to battle with you. So why are the gym leaders not doing that?
Well, the gym leaders only ever did that once in one region at one time in a vaguely hidden.
No. In Black and White 2, Charon says, this is your first gym.
No, and he still says this is my gym team because he can't use his regular Pokemon. That's just his gym team in general.
But he didn't say his one badge gym team. He
said he said yes. I like the lore where they have a team that's a specific difficulty all the time, and that's just what they use for their official battles. And I say they still have stronger Pokemon, which is why when you can, like, I don't know if you can in this game, but maybe you can. I haven't gotten far enough to care. Where you rebattle gym leaders though in older games, when you do the rematches, they're way harder. Like they have two teams.
I don't know. I just think since Nemona makes a point about it, which is fair.
Nemona does it as your friend.
As your friend, but not as a gym leader, not in an official capacity where she's handing out gym badges.
Yeah, but Nemona is
perfect, and I wouldn't hold anyone to her standards.
Yes, actually, Nemona is my favorite rival. I think Nemona is my favorite.
I love all three of them. They're all great.
I think Nemona is my favorite rival.
No, so I have a. So she would be my favorite, but I have an incredibly soft spot for Arven, as anyone who has done at least 2 Titans can probably know why.
Well, yeah.
I was like, wow, this guy's kind of a jerk. I really like him. And then they give his motivation, like, okay, I will move heaven and earth for this boy.
It was like 15 minutes of ugly crying over here. Literally.
That's a little rough. I mean, it is a good story, but
it hits depressingly close to home for me right now. So I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
But,
anyway, let's cheer up.
Let's cheer up and talk about the characters in general. I love all of them.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite character that we've added so far is Director Clavel, or whatever his name is. He's my favorite.
Clive?
He's my favorite. Yeah, Clive.
Clive.
I love. He just gives off. Hello, fellow kids energy, and
He gives off cool dad energy, and I love it.
I was so worried we were gonna have like another issue, just like in Swish, where it's just like, here's horribly telegraphed. Got old man is definitely bad guy.
Well,
and
well,
this is,
No, he's just a
a dork. Yeah,
he's just a dork, and I love it. That's what I want.
Have you guys done Iono's gym trial?
Yes.
Yes.
Where he just shows up and you have to do Where's Waldo with just him, and he's just like, you're doing
Such
great.
a good gym. Oh, I loved it. I was so happy.
And the title of the gym trial.
Where in the world is Mr.
Yeah.
Find Me?
Mr. Walkabout. Mr. Walkabout. Where is Mr. Walkabout? Yeah.
So good.
It is very good.
I laughed so much. Oh my
And
goodness.
his
wait,
response isn't even like, isn't like the comically serious. His response is just, well, I guess this might as well happen. He's just a walking John Mulaney character.
Okay, so I just want to circle back though to gym challenges in general. I've done 4 like full like Pokemon gym battle or gym challenges, which one I think are necessary to play the game properly, because you need to get the gym badges so the level scaling works. I saw some complaints on some people in the stream that are just like, this Pokemon won't listen to me, and they're just like, I've been playing 6 hours and I haven't gotten a gym badge, and I'm just like, there's your problem. Like that's why it's not listening to you. And you need to go get gym badges. Gym badges are actually incredibly important in the game, and that's kind of how they create sequencing in the game, because you will get to areas where Pokemon are higher level than your gym badges will allow you to control. And
there's actually Pokemon that you cannot physically catch because they're too high level, I think.
No,
it's not.
This has the Gen 8
rules.
rules.
It just cuts the rate.
Yeah, so this has the Gen 8 capture rules that they introduced in Gen 8 because of the wild area. So the capture rate just gets absolutely destroyed.
No. I mean, I met 2 Pokemon where I didn't have click the X button option.
Oh,
interesting. I've never seen that. Your game's bugged.
They were no, it's not bugged. They were wild terrestrialized Pokemon.
Oh, that's different.
Very high level.
Oh, you can't.
You can't catch them. You can't catch them. Until you break their
shield.
terrestrialization.
Okay, so it's probably because of that. Okay.
You can't catch. That's why.
Okay.
So I know
I was
because
like used to Sword and Shield, and I was like, oh, they're too high level. I never tried to catch a terrestrialized Pokemon before breaking the Terra Jewel, and
that's why.
So I forgot that it's not supposed to be there.
So here's something funny. I know that you can catch things at a much higher level than you're intended to. Because I misinputted when I was fighting a level 50 Gimmighoul, because I've been like, because you have to find them all around the world to get the coins to evolve them. So I misinputted against a level 50 Gimmighoul, got a critical capture, and that's just chilling in my box now.
Oh wow! But it won't listen, of course.
It won't listen, and honestly, I don't want to use one that's that high of a level.
I did struggle a lot, but I did catch a level 41 Dino when I wasn't supposed to be able to catch stuff over level 35. Well, I wasn't supposed to be able to catch it easily.
Yeah, but you can definitely catch them. You can definitely catch them.
Yeah. It felt really good because it was a struggle, and it was what got my starter to evolve to the final level. So I was like, yeah, that feels nice in a very panoramic spot. And then I turned tail and I went back because I was like, I am not entering this cave. This is bad news.
No.
But I have a fully evolved starter now, and he looks amazing.
I do as well.
Yeah, I do not. I'm not there yet. I'm very close, actually. But...
What starter did you take? Did you take Fuecoco?
No, I didn't. So what ended up happening was I'm playing Scarlet, and I was just like, oh, Armor Rouge is this game. I'm not picking Fuecoco. And and so I picked Quaxley. I did the broken thing. I love his evolution though, because his name is exactly what I would nickname him anyway. It's just Quaxwell. And it's like, cause it's just like Maxwell, and I'm just like, this fits. I'm here for this. And
I haven't seen. So I think I may have gotten a glimpse
No, you
of
should
the
have.
final evolution.
If you've got 3 gyms,
I've seen
Nimona can battle you.
Quaxwell. I haven't seen the next
Oh,
step.
the final evolution.
I think I
Yeah.
caught a glimpse. If it is what I think it is, I love it, but I need to get a better look at it.
All of the starters are themed very strongly in this one.
Yeah,
It's like,
I saw.
well, as in all 3 of them have the same theme like they have for a while, and it works pretty well in my experience.
Yeah.
No, it is absolutely themed very well. I enjoy this game. I think this is I enjoy the starters. I've enjoyed the Pokemon designs. I've had like no problems with anything.
I've had a lot of issues with some of the designs.
I mean, a lot of the okay. I do feel so. Like in Sword and Shield, I thought that the Pokemon designs were like all bangers, and I do not feel that way about this gen.
Not at all.
No.
I do not think they're all bangers. Like
some of them, I literally looked at and said, "Why?" Out loud.
Some of them, I'm not a big fan of some of them. I was pretty good this time, and I don't know if it was just for like lack of caring or what, but I just like I saw the leaks, but I didn't pay attention, if that makes sense. Like I saw I'd look for a couple things because like I was more concerned with mechanics about what's returning and what's not returning, and like things that the biggest thing I was mostly concerned about was if Stantler's here, can I get a weird deer? Which is obviously not true.
Okay.
Sadly.
Which is annoying because I don't like the idea of regional evolutions, which I hope doesn't continue. I can understand Hisui to some extent, but I just don't want that to continue if they.
Stantler's Dex entry says it used to be able to evolve under its own power, but now it's too weak. And I'm like,
and I'm just
that's a cop out.
That's a cop out to
like
do
that.
literally nothing, right? Like it's not even like you're not even taking anything away from the game other than like PLA sales, maybe.
Yeah, that's very sad.
I don't like it. It's a bad decision, in my opinion.
I guess this is the right time to ask, what about the other thing that we care so much about that? Because I haven't looked into that yet. Yeah, the
timer is 20 minutes.
Oh, timer is 20 minutes again. That was like the first thing Pokeaim found when he got the ROM. He was just like, what's timer?
20 minutes. Local is. It's not like you can go to someone's Union Circle.
I know, which is annoying.
So,
I figured it would be like this, but it was nice to hope for a little while.
I don't think it's honestly a Pokemon problem at this point. The 20-minute timer. I think it's a Nintendo problem.
Probably.
I honestly think Nintendo just said, our servers can't handle this because they're not very good, and that's what we got now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like that's my honest opinion of what's going on. Is that Nintendo just doesn't have faith in their servers, which I don't honestly blame them.
I can't.
I mean, it's fair.
I can't fault them for it.
The official format works with that timer, and so
they're making it work. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan.
Me either, of course.
Pokeaim makes a really good point in that if you want everybody to play that, you need to make your official. You need to make the gameplay play me through doubles, like.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had a double battle yet, and I'm like 10
Neither have I.
Right?
Looking at one of the gyms, though, it looks like one gym is doubles at least.
I could believe that, but
I think it's the Ghost Gym. Don't quote me on that. I'm not looking at it.
I believe you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so. I'm very Pokemon designs though I think mostly are okay. There's some interesting things. Like there's just a lot of Pokemon. Like in Sword and Shield I saw the Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, that's a Pokemon, and I kind of like it. Like I even like things like Stonejourner.
Fair enough.
I like Stonejourner. I think it is a cute design that deserves to exist. And I but this one I run into some Pokemon and I'm just like, we didn't need to.
Same,
Like,
same.
Did we need a dung beetle?
why-
Did we need a dung beetle?
Do we need a dung beetle?
I feel
Do we
like
need
the
the
dung beetle,
Minecraft
yes,
Pokemon?
because that's one that I have seen a million and one fan designs because it's an animal with an interesting.
There's a million and one fan designs about every Pokemon. Like it's
Yes,
fun
but
Yeah.
for every animal.
I don't know. I'm at least feeling like they hit the "is it a Pokemon" button for me.
I'm not quite there yet. I'm gonna be
Not
honest
the
with you.
not. Look. There's a Minecraft Pokemon. I feel very
Okay. No.
strongly about that one.
No. Okay. That one's saved by its name, and its name alone.
Yes.
Okay, the name is fantastic.
Knackley and Knacklestack are amazing because they just said, okay, these are salt-based Pokemon, and everything about them is about salt, which is good for so many memes and so many reasons. And and then they go, then they just go ahead and they're just like, also, nerds are going to love this because we're just going to name them sodium chloride.
It's literally salty,
that-
NaCl, and then I for either iodine or just salty.
No,
And
the
the
eye's
tiny
not for
one
the
is
iodine.
fine.
The eye's just there to give it character, so it's just not Knackle.
Yeah.
And
Knackley is fine. It's almost kind of cute. But
I like Knackley.
Knacklestack?
Knacklestack is. I think they have to though, based on like how. I mean, if you actually see salt stuff like that, it does crystallize in that way.
Like
I know
that is
it
how
does
salt
crystallize in a
crystallize.
cube, but
That
it
is how-
looks like a Minecraft Pokemon.
Yeah.
I really love its ability that it got, purifying salt, which makes it
I love that ability. I love its move. The salt cure move. I love it.
So purifying salt, it gives it resistance to ghost, as well as something else that I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
Cute.
yeah, it's an exorcism salt. I love that.
Yeah.
It
I
has
named
so
mine
many other,
Regan.
and like its signature move, salt cure. Also, so it does like residual damage each turn, a little bit like curse. And it does more specifically to water types and to
And
steel
steel
types. I just
Which is
love how
fun.
it
It's
just
very
interacts
nerdy.
with all of these types that it shouldn't.
Yes.
I love it so much.
It's like they
I
went,
mean, it
let's make a
should
salt
if you go
type for
scientific about
just
it.
this Pokemon.
Yes,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
It
Pretty
interacts with
much.
so many types. I just love it. They need to continue making good things. I appreciate everything that they're doing right now. Not everything. There's some like little there's a lot of bug types this gen, and I don't know
None
how
of them are good except one,
Yeah.
and I really like low kicks, and everything else is bad.
I'm not a big
No, I
fan
don't
of
like
low
that
kicks.
one.
I'm not a big fan of low kicks.
I don't like that one.
You're allowed to be
I hate
yeah,
the other
that's
early
true.
bird. I hate Spidops. I hate
Yeah.
it with passion.
Nope, I do not
Tarantula
like
is so
him.
cute. Tarantula is super cute, and I thought, oh, we're gonna get a super cute bug type, and then
Yeah.
it turns into that thing. Yeah.
Balding middle-aged Cyclops with 6 eyes. Yep.
Yep.
Ugh.
It's fine.
Ugh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I
We don't-
did-
Not
I-
every
I
Pokemon
did-
can be a winner, right? So.
Yeah, but I did find it very funny that when the video of that tiny deep sea octopus came out, everyone was like, "That's a Pokemon!" And they immediately made a Pokemon that is that animal.
They might
What?
have done that. What are you talking about? I don't really know what you're
Flittle.
talking about. Flittle? Is that
It's the
No,
same
it's
shape
a-
as
it's a
that little
bird.
octopus.
It's a bird.
It is like
It's
Flittle
a
is a
bird
bird.
when it
Kinda
evolves.
looks like a
Okay,
Dumbo
no.
octopus.
Look it up. Look it up. It's
It's a-
that tiny octopus, the really cute one. It even has the ears.
I've seen
Look
what
it
it
up.
evolves into. It is not a Dumbo octopus.
I have seen what it evolves
It
into,
is
and
definitely
I
not
was
an
very
octopus.
perplexed. No. Look it up. I swear it's that
Okay.
thing. I will find you the name.
The animal is a Dumbo octopus. I do know this.
Okay, there you go.
Uh,
And it looks exactly like it before it evolves.
I'm
Come on.
I'm gonna disagree.
so we haven't talked about raids. How do you feel
No.
about raids?
I'm a fan
Like
of these
them.
raids.
Love them.
Actually, I like these a lot better than the Switch raids. Switch raids were dumb in comparison. Like these
I-
are really good.
These are better. I don't know how they work.
The point isn't to know how they work. The point is to just play them.
You just spam the baton and you win.
Yeah.
Yes, but apparently these get much harder at the higher level than Swish raids.
Okay, but then they tell
That's
you
even better.
how to
I
do
love
them
that.
when they get hard.
Yes, that's not a problem. Okay, so they tell... Okay, because I haven't hit any explanation for what's happening, and one time I got shot with a laser, and I don't know what happened.
I got shot with a laser.
It says
you
charging
got
energy,
shot-
then all of a sudden the entire raid
You
wiped.
got shot with a laser because you ran out of time.
Okay,
Yes.
that was not
That's what
explained.
happens. That's what happens when you run out of time. So the energy that is in the Terra raid den
Yes.
is charged inside the Pokemon, and it releases it all at the same time at the end when the timer runs out, and you get thrown out of the den by that energy.
Okay.
But the explanation, which you might not even have needed it yet, but if you take all the available classes at the school,
Yes. I haven't done any of those, by the way.
They're
and-
actually
so they're
really
actually
good
useful.
for giving information, and
Yeah.
also really cool for introducing some characters I feel are
Yeah.
vaguely important.
Really?
I
All of the teachers.
Oh,
I
I should
went back-
take a class.
You should. I thought so. The game isn't scripted perfectly well right there because you get to the school, you get a time skip, and they kick you out the door, and they make you think that you shouldn't go back to the school, but you should. Because the lessons actually do give you. So most of them are stuff that we already know.
Yeah.
But a newer player might like to learn about. But a couple of them are specific to this game, like how to find eggs. I learned that from a class. Yeah.
That's cool.
And
or the history of the region, including
the history of
how
the
long
region?
it's been a kingdom, where it was formed from.
Yeah, of course you fixated on that, but it is very interesting.
Why is there lore in Pokemon games? What's happening?
Honestly,
Exactly.
it's good lore.
I know.
it's
I
really
believe
good.
you. I
Reasonable.
believe you.
All of
really
the
good.
story stuff in this game is great. All three stories are at least somewhat interesting.
Yeah, there were some things in like the early leaks where they're just like, it's just a Pokemon story, it's not that great. I don't agree at all.
Or disagree.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I disagree very much so with the sentiment that this has nothing to do, or this like these stories are garbage, because they're not.
They're not like amazing, but they're
exactly.
fine.
Yeah,
they're good.
For Nintendo games, they're pretty good.
Yeah, like I thought this was like for a Pokemon game, pretty good. It's better than like last second bad guy Necrocosmos.
gross.
Like
The villains have motivation.
yeah, there's like a lot going on here, and it's like it's layered.
Yeah,
You don't
and
get all backstory at once.
Yeah, right.
No,
it's just not. It's
exactly.
not like all the story after the 7 badge. Like
exactly. And
so
honestly, all of the characters actually have a personality, and they are interesting, and also very interesting in other ways. But yeah.
The thing that I don't don't like, where was I going with this? A few minor things that I've thought about. Skip me because I forgot what I was gonna say. We were talking about so many things and I forgot to talk about what I wanted to
That's
talk about.
fine.
That's fine. I was just admiring people, so we should be lenient. Take it.
Yes.
Koraidon and Miraidon did the best thing. They gave you a buddy that's always around. So you can get attached to it. They made it adorable. They basically
It's
took
so cute.
Nebby and said,
It's
"What if
not-
instead of
it
tying
was
it to an
toothless?
NPC, you know?"
Yeah. What if it was Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon?
Right. So what they did is they quite honestly they're just like, all right, so we'll take we'll let them bond to it, but instead of tying it to an NPC who's around, we'll give it to the player. So the player is actually incentivized to really bond with their legendary. And then they made it something that you want to use and is really useful. My boyfriend just sent me from the other room where he can hear me How to Train Your Nebby, and that's basically what it is. And you know what? It works really well.
It is. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And
I'm very excited to explore the story because they just give you so many good plot hooks. The plot hooks are much better in this one. It feels a lot like Breath of the Wild, like when you played Breath of the to have another horrible comparison, but in Breath of the Wild you had like a lot of the what happened 100 years ago type deal, and you'd go recover the memories and whatnot. And here they're just like they drop you just enough to like make you want to go do the next thing to progress the story.
Yeah, they do.
You're like, hey, what is Arwen's deal? Or hey, what is Team Star not just a bunch of bullies?
Yeah.
And they even dropped like the thing very early on for like when you meet Professor Sada at I'm just playing Scarlet, so that's my experience.
Yeah, same.
I think all three of us are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you run in Professor Sada and then the director, he just goes, "Don't you dare tell me that you've actually done this." And I'm like, "Did what?
Yeah.
You need to tell me right now.
Exactly.
You need to tell me right now what you mean by this." Like,
I can't believe you've done this.
If Thatch was in the room, that's what Thatch would have said. Is
exactly.
What do you wait, hold on, old man. You got to tell me something.
It's really cool.
It's they're breadcrumbing it, but also I've never felt like I have been disincentivized. Oh, Ryolu. I've been disincentivized to actually do the plot.
Yes.
Like, I haven't stopped wandering because the story is holding me hostage.
Yes.
Yeah. Same.
No.
Same.
I really like the way that's set up because one, it's a Pokemon game, so like Pokemon's got a very specific flow to it. In that, if you in that when you go from town to town, you just want to catch the things like. This is what I was going to say earlier that I forgot to say is the only problem I have is like I've just come off playing PLA and all of the buttons are different for the GUI. Exactly.
I have opened the map so many times.
It annoys me to no end because like I wish they could have just opened the map with the same button.
Or jumped with the same button.
Or jumped with the same button. And there's so many times where I try to make my character duck and roll. And then it opened the map, and it's just like, oh. Like, I wish they would just do, like, I don't need to catch Pokemon like Legends Arceus, because honestly, I think the battle transitions are much smoother than the Legends Arceus transitions into battle.
Yeah.
And which makes it very quick to just chuck a Pokeball, you know, if you want to do that. And I have no problem doing it this way. Like, this is the best hybrid between the two, I think.
I agree.
Between Legends Arceus and,
Classic Pokemon. This is a very good in between. And I thought I was going to get mad because like I was upset with Sword and Shield at launch at first because like there were the Dexit issues, but Dexit also they only brought in 400 Pokemon, and I thought that was kind of small because you can complete the Pokedex pretty reasonably quick. But I don't feel that way about this one. It has the same amount of Pokemon. It's not much bigger, but I don't know, like the way they spread the Pokemon out, and I guess maybe it's that it's no longer random encounters. That might play a role in it. I just do not feel like, oh god, that's level 50. I do not feel the same way as I did previously.
Cole and I were talking about it, and I think what it comes down to is there's not just one or two evolved Pokemon. Basically everything is encounterable somewhere, so you're constantly feeling like there's new stuff, even if it's not. You'd have strong encounters in the wild area.
I agree and disagree. So, like, in the wild area, you definitely had a lot of Pokemon that you could catch. I think the problem was that the Pokemon that you were catching in the wild area would repeat a lot to some extent. I mean, you could catch everything, and you could catch everything here, obviously, as well. It seems like, which is the right way to do it. Like, trade evolution should just be in the wild. Just make my life easy. And
I haven't seen anything that isn't in the wild.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. They did a really good job in Sword and Shield. They did a really good
game.
They did a really good job in Sword and Shield in incorporating that, and they followed suit here. I mean, this is the game that Sword and Shield should have been, and I think this is kind of what they were going with the wild area. I mean, you can very much see the evolution of Pokemon in like the past 3 years. Where we had Sword and Shield, and the wild area was like the alpha of this. Then you get the DLC, and the DLC was very very easy.
The beta, and then
Legends Arceus.
0.9.
Yeah, Legends Arceus was done very well. I mean, I think this is the same engine as Legends Arceus, actually.
Oh, it looks like it. Yeah.
And which is great. I mean, Legends Arceus is a great game. The problem I had with Legends Arceus is I was running into so many Pokemon. Because that dex was smaller, right? That was only 240 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them were legendaries. A lot of them were legendaries because it's Gen 4. And so like you just like if I see another Drifloon in my life, so help me God.
You should just play Violet. Apparently, it's a version exclusive to Scarlet.
Yeah, I saw because I keep seeing Drifloon, and that's honestly the only problem is that they obviously took a lot of Pokemon from Legends Arceus because they already had the models ready, and they
they want them to be able to be imported. But even then, they did some updates.
Well, they just took a lot, and I'm sure when we get DLC, we'll get more Pokemon like we did last time, and which will be great to see them because these honestly look way better than the models in Sword and Shield because they're not just like the 3DS models recreated.
Well, like the thing that really blew my mind in a good way. I encountered a Happiny, and its egg was textured like a rock, not like egg.
Yeah,
that's the first time they've ever bothered with that, and it actually makes that Pokemon's shtick land.
Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, because they definitely mentioned that in the Pokedex and everything. It's how
you make it evolve, all that, but it never worked for me.
I mean, it worked for me, but that's because I've been playing Pokemon forever, and I'm just yep, I just know this.
Yeah.
I just know this. It's my brain now. Is just play Pokemon. No Pokemon facts.
Eat hot chip and lie.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I have a question. I don't know if you guys know this. Are you ever able to wear any other clothes than the uniform?
No.
No, right?
Nope.
No.
I hate that.
Yeah, no, it's kind of bad in that sense. Like I
wish they told me that when they're deciding when your outfit's completely decided by your version too.
Yeah.
I prefer this one, but that's.
I knew it was, but I thought, well, maybe like I don't know, in the post game at least you can wear.
You can
something
change
else.
your hat, and you can like alter it.
I know
enough.
You can change your socks, your shoes, and
you can
your
alter
hat,
it enough that you like. Look
no,
different,
because
like
ours is orange. Orange doesn't go with anything.
It's the
true.
best color. Look at this, you know.
I love orange, and no, it does not go with anything. This is something that I'm not too worried about because this is something that DLC should fix. Like, if you're asking about what comes in DLC, clothes is like one of the go-to answers.
The reason I think this might happen is that there are shops next to the shops that are enabled, and they're like, ooh, shopping online, I don't know about that. So maybe with the DLC, those shops connect to something.
Yeah, they have to. I think they have to kind of expand to some extent because I believe Area 0 is where you will end up going for the DLC.
Or the end game. I'm not sure. It could be either.
Yeah, I don't know either. I assumed it was end game.
We'll see, I guess.
It feels like it's end game. Because they've had hints like one guy saying all roads lead to Area 0, as they said.
But we'll see.
There is another area on the map that's barred out the same way that Area 0 is, and it's the top right part of the map, so that might be the DLC.
Yeah, that to me feels like the DLC with Area 0 being just the end game.
Yeah.
That's
what I think.
I believe that. Yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to see how some things go. I don't know. There's a lot that's going on. I've really enjoyed this game so far. I mean, I'm only like 8 or 9 hours in, and I really, 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 really like it. I'm far more positive about this game than I am about Sword and Shield. Honestly, if they would have done Dexit and given me this game, I would have been much happier.
Well, I guess. But I think part of the reason that you don't feel as much about Dexit in this one is that you're used to the concept now.
I think that's part of it too. I do agree with that. But I feel like this it's much more tolerable with like, hey, we improved the gameplay like a ton. and didn't give me just like a 3DS game on the Switch. Because I mean that, yeah, I mean there's no train. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There's no train to exile me from section to section in this one, and the routes feel really good. I wish they were labeled better. I just wish they were slightly labeled slightly better.
It's really fun to be able to ask yourself what's over that next hill, and the answer not to be the same encounter tables.
Exactly. Looking at UPLA, and because Legends Arceus felt like that. And I can't wait for there to be more Pokemon in this style of game, because I think you could like. The problem is people are going to complain that this isn't like real open world or something for some reason, I'm sure.
If anyone says that, they're wrong. It is real open world.
This feels really good.
Absolutely open world, and it feels so big.
Yes. I don't know how big it is, but it feels big. And I think a lot of that just has to do with they were very good with the Pokemon distribution and spreading them around. A lot of the Pokemon distribution was done very, very well.
Trust me, as someone running around looking for Gimmighoul right now, it is a really big world.
There is one thing that is like slightly bothering me, and it's that some of the Pokemon are so tiny in the overworld.
Yes.
That they're really hard to see, and I'm
just
playing
bump
on
into them
TV.
all the time.
Yeah. Also, a friend told me that shinies don't sparkle. They're just a different color.
They are just a different color. Yeah, it's not like the POE where they make the noise.
I about tripped over myself when I saw a pink Squavit.
That's terrible. I will miss so many of them, because some of them are so tiny and some of them are almost the same color.
Could you imagine trying to get like Capiskin or whatever?
Capsakid. That's its name.
Like, he's so tiny.
He's so tiny. It's ugh. Or even like the so Nimble. Nimble is even tinier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
I run into it all the time.
Yep.
Gosh.
Yep.
I just haven't been in areas with a Nimble in a long time. Maybe that means I need to go back there to look for more coins.
But yeah, I mean overall, because I want to try to wrap it up at the 50-minute mark.
Sorry, Echo.
Yeah, sorry, Echo. I do want to. I just want to say I've really enjoyed this game, and I assume you guys are as well. Because like I can't imagine you're not like. I really enjoy this game. I wish there were performance issues that were addressed. I think there's definitely discussion online that needs to be a little bit healthier about this.
I'm not looking at it.
If you're saying, Game Freak, this needs to be taken from Game Freak, you're wrong.
No, that doesn't make sense.
They're like, Nintendo needs to step in, maybe help them get a better QA team. But here's the thing, I want to they can't take only the idea isn't so good that their execution is. Yeah. They don't get only the blame. They also get the credit.
No, I agree with this.
Credit is there. There's a lot to love.
I agree with that, and I think that they really need to get the credit for that. I mean, the only comment I could make is maybe they need to slow down a little bit, because I do feel I feel the burnout, honestly. I'm starting to feel the burnout from so many new Pokemon games so quickly all the time. Especially because, like we were saying earlier, like 3 games in a year, within like the time frame in the span of a year, that's a lot. I know Game Freak didn't develop all of those because BDSP was handled by Ilka, but it's still like this is a lot of Pokemon games, and they're gonna end up hitting some kind of saturation point, right? Where they just like they start like cannibalizing themselves.
Yeah, they compete. You start competing with yourself, which. Very complicated economics.
Yes. So I just hope I would really like it if they just took some time. I thought the DLC model was a great way to go, but then we're just getting so many things so quickly.
I think it's possible this will not be the standard schedule. I think it's kind of likely, just given that I think BDSP. I don't think that I think because like they had to do a January release, which I don't think they wanted to do either. Something crunched in their schedule and led it to be like this. I don't think that's going to be the standard going forward.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I have comments about the development of PDSP, but I don't think it's appropriate for this show, or this episode at least. But
Yeah.
it's yeah, there were some issues, but there were definitely some issues. I don't know what caused those issues in particular, but they did have issues with BDSP's development that caused it to be the November release. I think they were also just a little bit scared that PLA might not go over as well, and they were trying to do the safe play with BDSP.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight is funny.
Yes, it is. In hindsight, it's absolutely funny. PLA blew BDSP out of the water. Even though it's got the prettiest battle backgrounds in the entire world. But yes.
One artist just feels so sane.
Yes. I will praise the artwork in the battle backgrounds of BDSP until I die. Those were gorgeous.
They were.
Those
For
were
real.
gorgeous. But all right, yeah. So Scarlet Violet, good game. I mean, from the very unbiased Pokemon podcast. We don't enjoy Pokemon at all. This is a objective view, but
I mean, to be fair, we spent way more about this review dunking on it than praising it. But all of us are like, "Wow, all of this is terrible. Game runs like crap. 8 out of 10."
Yeah, no, because it's a good game. It's a good the gameplay is good. Like this is a good game. Like it's not just a good like
it's very enjoyable.
I'll even say all Pokemon games are good games. Are good video games. I'll say all main series Pokemon games are good video games, in general. But I will say Scarlet and Violet are good Pokemon games. So that puts it on top, right? Of the on top of the top. These might be my favorite Pokemon game. I don't know the answer to that.
Every game is our favorite Pokemon game the day that it comes out.
No.
I can tell you
They
that.
are for me.
I can give you a very good example, but then I'm gonna get review bashed. So
Okay.
Yeah. But
Let's stop.
but yeah, so these are great games. I cannot give any more praise other than please the game would be absolutely perfect if the frame rate issues were addressed.
And the crashing and the memory leak.
Well, I think I think those are all linked.
Yeah,
I think these are all linked.
If the game was better optimized, it would be great.
I think it would. Yeah, I think it would be It would be very, very good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say too much more without just sounding like a broken record. So I guess this has been our topic. We're gonna kick it on over then to the Pokemon of the episode, where we're gonna talk about probably an outdated team, but we're hoping that you'll like that 9 minutes of whatever it is. So we will go ahead and catch you on the flip-flop. Do we have a team in the thingy?
No.
There isn't one in the news?
No.
Really? Oh god.
If you want to lean into the irony and do Gen 1 OU. Because I think that could be really funny.
Oh, dude, the music in the game is fantastic. I didn't realize. I forgot.
Oh,
to talk
it
about
is
that.
great.
Never
This is
mentioned
actually-
the music.
We never
Because
mentioned the music.
every time I fight one of the bases, I'm just sitting there grooving.
And honestly, all of the music is good.
Yes,
I haven't
but
hit
that
that yet.
track is just my favorite by far.
There
Oh,
was
Oh, we didn't even mention how the gyms can be relatively difficult.
No, the game is difficult. It can be hard.
When
I've run into so many
accidentally-
things.
I accidentally challenged a couple of those trainers with the black text box. I almost
Yeah,
wiped.
they get rough. They get rough.
Yeah.
at the
I
wrong
battled
time.
one, and she was harder than I expected, but I didn't realize they're boss monsters.
Oh yeah, they are terrible. Like one of them had a Go-Goat that spammed bulk up, and nearly all of my attackers were physical, except my Charcadet. But my Charcadet hasn't evolved yet.
Charcadet.
Because Charcadet. What?
No, it's the military rank. It's a cadet.
Sharked it.
Charcadet. Okay. I Forgive me for not knowing how a military rank was pronounced in English.
No, it's fine. I'm just,
Thank you.
I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to make sure you don't get teased.
Look, it's adorable. I'm a quirky, funny foreigner. It's fine if I get teased a little.
Did you just say a quirky? I know that
Am
it's
I
just the
not
accent, but
quirky?
it sounds really funny and vaguely homophobic. This is
That's right. Okay, so again, I'm sorry that the short A sound doesn't exist in my language, and I had to learn it specifically to talk to you guys.
I'm glad you've learned your place.
Learn our vowels.
I'm trying to find a team of some sort. Does anybody have a team they want to give me? I do have a team that I think Ernie sent me that we can use, actually. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, one other complaint that's not big enough to warrant the episode, but I will be cold and dead in the earth before I not say it. Why on Arceus's green earth does the map rotate with your direction? Like, not the mini map. That's good.
Doing that.
The map, and doesn't say true north, and there's no button to do it.
Yes, there's a button to do it.
Where?
There is a button to, like, if you tap
the R stick.
Right, it will lock. But
oh my gosh, are you kidding me? That's amazing.
But
I had to do that, or I would get lost all the time.
I get lost all the time because I didn't know about that.
Yes,
there's a thing when you are on the map screen. It says rotation, R stick, press down.
The mini map can't be locked, which is fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying, but whatever.
I love.
Yeah, Cole's mentioning because you can hear me. He says that he likes the color coding on the cardinal directions. Yeah, no, it's not like the whole system's broken. But jeez. Fix this thing.
I haven't figured out auto battle controls yet either, so that I can just like take out a swarm, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I hate about the shinies not having the sparkle is that colorblind people are fudged.
Hmm.
And this is why it's not in the episode.
Some of them will be visible, and some of that not.
The good news is at least shinies don't matter.
Well, they matter to some people a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're colorblind, that's kind of if you can't tell, then you don't know what you're missing.
But they do the sparkle when you send them out, and they're cool. They're swag, you know.
Yeah, that's a. You know what I'm realizing? This is a fake internet story I've never heard. Someone claiming that they are colorblind, so they didn't even know their Pokemon was shiny. They just thought it had a star when it came out. With all the fake shiny stories I've heard, you'd think that one would come up more.
I guess.
It's good karma, in the Reddit term. It's actually a terrible thing to do. Don't pretend you have disabilities.
Yeah. Okay, so
I sent a team. It is Ernie said this is not synergistic at all. The idea is that it's just all of the most popular Pokemon from like the past year.
Fun.
Power. Okay. I like that.
It's called. He said it's a Crown Zenith team for the VGC. Because it's Crown Zenith is the set that's going to close out the TCG in
I
Sword
see.
and Shield.
So this isn't a team that's meant to be used together. It's a team to give everyone who's paying us money a really good shiny swan song.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so. All right. Somebody else had a better
am I taking?
What would you like? Who's the Pokemon of the episode is the question.
I was going to say, what's the Pokemon of... We have to have done We have to have done all of these at this point.
Grimmsnarl I think is the one we haven't done the most.
Okay.
You know what we could do? We could just put a random Gen 9 Pokemon as the Pokemon of the episode, read its dex entry, and then just not address it. I also didn't mention... I didn't mention this, and you guys should be aware. Zorua and Ditto show up as other Pokemon in the overworld.
What?
I that.
Yeah,
what?
So if you see Zora on your mini-map, like in the area, if you do the little over-the-shoulder L left trigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you've caught the Pokemon and it still shows up as 3 question marks, that's a Zoro or a Ditto.
What's the left button over the shoulder thing?
ZL. If you hold ZL, it off cants your camera and lets you target things with R. If you do that, it will tell you the Pokemon's name. If you haven't encountered it, it's question marks.
Who's the Pokemon of the episode, kids?
Is amazing.
Cole figured out because he's like, that's a Foongus. I've caught a Foongus. Looked over his, did the over-the-shoulder scan as he was doing the over-the-shoulder scan, rather, and it came up as question marks. He encountered it, and it morphed into a Zorua.
That's amazing. I love it.
I used the same. I used the same trick to catch a Ditto as well.
Okay, Pokemon of the episode.
Pokemon of the episode,
or a Gen 9 one.
Let's just do Grimmsnarl.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me get a Pokédex entry.
And we'll just go with that, and we'll call it a day.
Unfortunately, the Pokemon that would be perfect for this, I know Whimsicott hasn't seen.
Yep.
For this joke about it sending out an army and battling behind it.
Thank you for not spoiling me.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and record the show once I get a timestamp. Because after this, I have to do D&D prep. Unfortunately. Welcome to the Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode today is National Dex number 861, Grimmsnarl, the bulk up Pokemon.
It's Pokemon Scarlet. Pokédex entry states, yes. This Pokemon has complete control over its hair. Grimmsnarl normally keeps its hair wrapped around its body to support its muscles.
To be fair, I think this was the only Pokemon on this team that is from Scarlet and Violet.
That's in Scarlet and Violet at all? I think you're right.
This team is a Gen 8 team that you could use for VGC. And because this is the format you're stuck in on Swish right now, if you are playing Swish for some reason, this is what you have.
Like being a kid who can't afford to buy a new video game. Right,
I mean, you might be waiting until Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and jump into it, though. This team is mostly just like the greatest hits from VGC 2022. And we can just kind of go over it. Like, this has Zacian on it, obviously, with the Rusted Sword. Because Grimmsnarl's a good Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's never had a good TCG card, I don't think. It hasn't had a good TCG card. Maybe. Let me look. I need to look now. Does Grimmsnarl have a good TCG card?
It's had TCG cards, but I don't think any of them have been playable.
None of them I know of.
Even its VMAX was just bad.
What was its VMAX? Let's read this. 3 Dark Energy for G-Max Drill. This attack, dude, the Shining Fates one, dude, the artwork on this is actually really good. Wow. Okay. It looks like a Power Ranger more than anything, but
which immediately gets you points for Thatch.
For Thatch, yeah, exactly. The stream did actually this week. They asked me if I could put a Patreon live show on where I take a couple of co-hosts and I essentially just bombard them with the history of Power Rangers PowerPoint.
I would love that. Please let me be one of them.
I just bombard them with a history of Power Rangers PowerPoint along with my ranking of Power Rangers teams and then individual Power Rangers.
I would also probably unironically enjoy that. So.
See how many people you can get to sign up and see how many of them regret it.
Yeah, I the thing is, like, I'm really good at talking, so this could be a while, okay, guys?
I will clear my calendar.
This could end up being a 2-hour lecture, okay?
I think you underestimate how much long-form YouTube content I watch about things I don't care about. I watched an 8-hour review of a TV show I saw twice when I was 14.
If this is something people want, please let me know, because I will set it up if we hit like a certain dollar amount on Patreon or something. I will do this. I will do it. I'll put together
this is the only ethical use of Patreon goals.
Yeah, I think this is like the best one, right? Thatch gives a 2-hour lecture on Power Rangers, and explains to everybody the complexity of the lore.
Wow.
Turns out that a giant space wizard who got trapped in a time warp found these coins based on dinosaurs. Okay, moving on. But yeah, G-Max Drill, 170 plus. This does 50 more damage for each extra dark energy attached to this Pokemon in addition to this attack cost.
And I
can't
thought
add
you
more
were
than
going
100
back
damage.
to the theme of the episode, but
I mean,
no.
this is Grimmsnarl. I was looking at Grimmsnarl cards.
Yeah.
It's really... you can only do 270 damage, which isn't a lot actually in modern TCG. You should just play Ice Rider, which is worse Kyurem now. So go ahead and do that. All right, back to the team though. It's got a Zacian on it. Rusted Sword, max attack, max speed, Jolly Nature, Iron Head, which turns into Behemoth Blade for those of you who do not know. Protect, Play Rough, and Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword, I think, is the better play over Wild Charge. You can't play Wild Charge in that slot. If you want to cover things like the thing that really stalls out Zacian is Ho-Oh. So because like this set can't do anything to Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh is a bulky boy. The other legend on this, because we're back to just 2 restricteds instead of unlimited restrictions, thank God, is that one of the Pokemon that won Worlds, which is Calyrex Shadow Rider, holding a Focus Sash ability as one with Spectre, obviously. So it's got the Grim Neigh, as well as Unnerve, which is like semi-useless, but it's also prevented people from running berries in VGC, so take that for what it's worth. Max special attack, max speed, because you gotta go fast, you gotta go burr. Timid Nature, you're gonna go Astral Barrage, Psychic, which is actually really good on this Pokemon. Protect and Energy Ball. This is decent coverage. Shadow Rider is always very good. I've seen a lot of Trick Room teams trying to make Ice Rider work. Trick Room's like always good in Pokemon. The way I feel about it is that, like it's a team that will always play consistently, but you may never win like a tournament. You know what I mean? And honestly, in terms of the Pokemon circuit, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I guess you're
that's all that really matters, because you just need to place well enough to get points every time.
In terms of the circuit, just not the ultimate.
In terms of the circuit, yeah, not the overall championship. With the overall championship, you play something else. Like you play something that's going to make you win, right? You play something different.
Yeah. You play a higher risk reward situation.
Yeah, that's what I would do in like world championships compared to like a regional. In the regionals, I'd play something safe, which is why I'm considering playing Mew. Because I'm like, yeah, I could probably do okay enough. But yeah, let's keep going. Somebody else take 2 more Pokemon. I don't care which ones who takes what.
Yeah, because we completely forgot to discuss this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a Pokemon that I absolutely love and bred shiny and then made Gigantamax. Hello, Cinderace. It's running around with a life orb because, of course it is. Libero is the ability. I'm saying that specifically to spite Whimsicott, yes.
Ouch.
Oh, also, fun fact, in Gen 9 it got nerfed a little bit.
Libero, yeah.
Libero got nerfed. Yeah, it only procs once.
Triggers once per battle.
It doesn't. Once per the time the Pokemon is switched in.
Yeah, it gets sent out. Yeah,
because you can like switch out and then reset it, but it's it's that way you just aren't playing like the roulette wheel of what type will it be this turn.
Wait, does Protean do the same thing as well?
Yeah,
Protean also got cut.
Oh,
well, not cut.
It got nerfed. It got nerfed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
No, it's good. It's good.
It is healthy and means that these Pokemon might not be banned to Ubers.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
To be fair, they weren't in Gen 7. In Gen 7, and I don't. In Gen 7, Greninja came back.
Gen 7 had Megas to compete with them. Like that's the difference.
Yep.
When the floor of a Pokemon's general power crashed a little bit.
Yes.
It got out of hand.
Yep.
Anyway, it's got an adamant nature with Pyro Ball as an attack because, clearly. Sucker Punch and Bounce. As well as High Jump Kick. It hits things really hard. It has Protean in its last glorious full-powered appearance. Then we've got I'm just gonna take the Urshifu that's right next to it.
Absolutely. Urshifu is also a Pokemon that's seen an insane amount of play in Pokemon.
And this is the one that didn't get nerfed this generation.
No, it didn't get nerfed, yeah.
Urshifu Single Strike had 5 base power knocked off of, what is it?
It needed to.
Wicked Blow?
It was really bad. Like, Wicked Blow was really
It's still probably too much, but that helps.
It's something.
Yeah. However, this one is running with Surging Strikes, Close Combat, U-Turn, and Poison Jab, and has 4 HP. And then if you can't guess what this thing's spread is, with an Adamant Nature, I mean, it's 252 attack and speed. So.
Everything's just max attack, max speed, I think, on this list, because Ernie put it together for us.
This isn't a team you're supposed to use.
Yeah.
This is a best hits.
Yep.
It's all track 2 on the album.
Yeah. Speaking of best hits and albums, we have the other Gigantamax starter, Rillaboom, because Inteleon who? It's holding an Assault Vest. The ability is obviously Grassy Surge. It has, guess what? Max HP this time and max attack with 4 special defense, another Adamant Nature. And the moves are Fake Out, High Horsepower, Knockoff, and Grassy Glide. Rather obviously. And then, last but not least, the Pokemon of the episode, G-Max Grimmsnarl. It's holding Light Clay because it has Prankster and it's doing Grimmsnarl things. It has max HP, max special defense, 4 attack with a Careful Nature, and its moves are Light Screen, Reflect, Thunder Wave, and Spirit Break, which is very classic, but it works for this Pokemon.
I do think that they learned from their mistakes of only having one broken starter by having 3 very, very strong ones.
Yes.
Oh, in this gen? Yeah. I mean, their typings are all very good too, which I really like. And the
hidden abilities on these things. We've got Unaware on the one that's chunky. We've got Protean, because that always works. And then we've got Moxie on something that can already ramp its speed.
Yeah, it's great. Wow. I love it.
Yep, they're all real good. They're going to be threats in whatever tier they land in.
Yes, I'm very excited for these starters that came out. It's going to be... Well, I mean, we're not going to have their hidden ability... Well, I guess we do now, because ability
patches... No, we have. You can get ability patches.
Yeah, ability patches exist. So, yeah, oh my gosh, you can just get them right away. I miss being able... or having to wait.
The other day, I was like, wait, I can use that Pokemon with its hidden ability already.
Now,
oh.
Right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty intense. I am very, very, very excited now that you mentioned that. I really just wish we could play OU on cart. Sad.
Yeah.
Battle animations are a little bit faster, so like maybe I don't know.
The catching animation is faster, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've gotten a lot more like quote unquote critical captures so far. So.
Yeah, I've got like I don't know how much more common it is, given that my dex is approaching 200 at this point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I still only have 9 badges, but I have.
I'm only at 10, and I'm definitely at like close to. I'm around where you're at in terms of numbers.
I've just been catching everything. It's to the point where I'm not battling anyone, any of the trainers, because if I do, I'm going to start overscaling everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is a good place to stop for Pokemon the episode. Of course, this team will go on to our Patreon if you want the shiny versions. We really appreciate the support over there that you guys give us. But without further ado, we're going to kick it on over to the mailbag. 15307.
Let me get the mail back up.
I think there's like one email.
Really?
Yeah.
No mailbag. Second topic. Let's go.
Okay, so there's one.
I think it's
for sure.
this is definitely the place where we can I mean, we can read the email from Norton Antivirus if you'd like. There's only one. It is from Stu.
Wow, everyone's just playing the game.
That
This is strange, though. There's one from the 11th that's addressed to us.
No, they just got it wrong.
No, they got it wrong. Yeah, they read the sheet
because
wrong.
the sheet was wrong, right?
No, the sheet wasn't wrong. They just read the wrong
sheet
cells
was wrong.
because the sheet was empty.
No, the sheet was wrong. I don't know. I had to fix it, remember?
Who messed up the sheet?
I think there's still a mess somewhere.
Sure.
But I couldn't find it, so I just fixed the visible part.
Good. That's all that matters.
Okay. But it was wrong for a few days, which is when Basket was like, has no one signed on for the release episode?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
Okay, so we have just one very short email, so yeah.
Yeah, that's all we have.
That's good. We can talk another 10 minutes about the game.
Yeah, I mean, this could be literally topic part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
So
very, very tiny. We can mention the music.
We can mention the music here.
Music.
We can finally mention the music. All right, let me get a timestamp and we'll roll on. We will roll on.
Deodorant.
I'll just read the email. It's not a big deal. Welcome to the mailbag. The mailbag is a part of the show where you send us emails. We read them on the show. Our email is pucklepodcast@gmail.com, and you can always send them there. But of course, this episode is brought to you by the energy drink Green Toros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Doñas!
Hooves. What the?
I
assume that's not Italian.
Spoilers,
That
though.
wasn't Italian.
Spoilers.
That
Spoilers, though. We're gonna have to go ahead and we're gonna have to get we're gonna have to get new flavors of Green Toros.
Yes. Code black and red.
Code black, code red.
Well,
wait, I don't know about the red one yet. Ooh.
I think there's 3.
There are 3.
There are
Version
3.
There's one everyone gets. There's one for Scarlet, and there's one for
one for
Violet.
Violet,
None of them, they don't evolve or change into each other.
Yep. I think there's 3.
Because I saw a water one.
Yeah, there's 3.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, this is very exciting. It's like they did this just for us. But
Yeah.
all right, we've got one email today, though. I don't know where you guys have been. Next week, obviously, the question is, what do you think of Scarlet and Violet so far? Send those into
the answer is that we're recording this Saturday morning. Most people got it sometime on Friday.
And they hadn't had time to tell us, yes.
Yeah, and most people haven't fooled PayPal into thinking they live at the Astronomical Observatory in Sydney.
All right, well, this email is going to come to you from Stu. Hello, fearless Puckle host. I've just finished my first day with Pokemon Violet, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts. I figure most people will want to talk about the bugs and problems, but I want to focus on the positives.
And we're right with you, sort of.
We're right with you. We're just really bad at it.
Yeah, we're just really, I mean, these games are really good. I really enjoy how much, I mean, there'll be a better review next week when we actually have played like a full week. And it's mostly going to be positives, obviously, and we'll be like, yeah, the frame rates could be a little bit better, but meh. I really enjoy how much area can be explored even just before the tutorial is done. That is something that Linian hit on earlier, and I do absolutely agree with that. Like, the fact that it took me like 2 hours just to get to the entrance of the school.
It took me like 5.
It took me about
either 3 or 5. I don't remember.
It took me about 3, but here's the thing. I went one direction, just kind of naturally following along the river, because I was like, oh, this will be a short jaunt.
Yeah.
I did not realize it would be as long as it was.
Yeah.
I thought
It was
Wiglet
an
was
entire
going to be like...
map, and there was so much stuff to catch.
Yeah, there was Wiglet, there was a flamingo.
Yeah. Look,
So-
I had to leave that area because I ran out of
Pokeballs.
You should have pre-ordered the double pack and got the 100 Pokeballs.
But I hadn't. You can't mystery gift yet at that point.
No, that's true. That's true. You're right.
So I couldn't input my code.
I also said to my boyfriend just kind of offhandedly, I was like, "Wow, they gave me like 20 Pokeballs. That's overkill." It was not.
It was not. So no, I didn't order a double pack, but they still gave me something for pre-ordering the digital version. I don't
Yeah.
remember what. Anyway.
Yeah, I did
So-
as well.
I
move
started
on.
following the river. He started following a cliff. Just both of us just going like, oh, it'll be a short jaunt. He's like, I found Ralts, I found Igglybuff. I'm like, I found something I don't even know about, and some ruins and some gimme gold
Yeah.
coins.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just kept happening.
Yeah.
Same.
No, there's a lot. But let me continue. I already had
Mm-hmm.
almost one full box of Pokemon before the end. Terra raid battles are also much more fun than Dynamax raid battles.
Yes.
Absolutely agree. Actually,
Mhm.
it's a much better mechanic because the shields were so frustrating. And this is they've definitely perfected the craft here.
You haven't hit the equivalent,
Yeah, they do appear
that's true.
later.
Okay, I haven't.
but
hit
they're
the
not
equivalent.
as bad.
Yeah,
They're
and they do tell
definitely-
you how to get around them. So
And they're not hit button and nothing happens.
Yeah.
So
Yep. All right. So, continue. Not knowing of Terra type before the battle makes it all the more thrilling. Or
but you do know the type.
You do
or
know
the
the
Do?
type. You do
it's
know.
in the
The
UI.
icon-
it's the little
the
icon.
icon
It's literally
there.
in the
in
icon.
the top right.
Buddy.
I'm
but-
so
but
sorry.
dude.
I'm so sorry, Stu. Lastly, I want to talk about my favorite Pokemon from the first day, Flamigo.
Yes.
I knew when I saw Flamigo for the first time and its name, I was going to use one. I ended up
It's
catching one
strong.
very early on and named it Takeoff after the Migo that was recently killed. I plan to
What?
catch two. What? That needs to be explained. I plan to.
I think the Migos, if I remember right, are a band.
Sure.
What?
I plan to catch two more of them and name them Quavo and Offset. That way I have a whole Flamigos group. So apparently you are correct.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you for your time, Stu.
I love that his name is Stew, but Stew, like,
Yeah, like Stu, like the one you eat.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious about how this goes. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's so many good things about this game. The music is good. We didn't mention that earlier.
the
but that was
music
good.
is amazing.
I haven't
It's
met-
really good.
I haven't met music that I was like meh, because they actually like brought back homages from like the Sword and Shield music, but only the good ones. Like the gym battles are just straight up the Sword and Shield gym battle themes, with like a
But they
so-
feel
them.
better.
They
I-
feel
I hit
better.
the-
They definitely do.
I hit the first gym for before Colden, and the last Pokemon came out, and then he very sarcastically started going
Yeah,
Well,
to the music, and then he stopped, and then he listened, and then heard that it was still going, and about fell over.
yes.
He's like,
well,
"What do you
Yeah.
call it?"
And that clap they do is another thing that like it's an actual thing that they always do in soccer stadiums in Europe.
no, that's why
So
it's a
it's
soccer
really
stadium
cool.
thing. So I was just like, what's going on?
Yeah, but that specific rhythm, we act like it's the
No, no,
specific rhythm
I-
that we actually do.
I know that. I understood the soccer theme in Sword and Shield, but I don't so much understand it in Scarlet and Violet.
Here's
Because
the cultural
Spain
explanation.
isn't-
It's rad as hell.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I don't think it's bad.
Look,
But yes, Spain is very
They-
big into soccer.
yeah, Spain
Yes.
is extremely big in soccer and it has some of the best teams in Europe. So why wouldn't the people in Spain cheer like they do in a soccer stadium? It's still one of the most followed sports in
yeah.
the country.
Let me explain how big soccer is in Spain. My dad almost got us kicked out of a taxi in Barcelona because he said something about Real Madrid. That's not a joke
out.
or an exaggeration.
Checks out, absolutely checks out.
I believe this. Yes. But all right, I don't have much else to say, but we can just keep talking, or this could be the end of the show, and I think it's probably the
Well-
latter.
Yeah.
unless you're on the
Yeah, on the live stream
on the
today,
stream
but
where we're gonna very much gush about the Pokemon we put on our teams. At least
Yes.
I am.
But yeah, this is gonna be the episode. So if you want to keep up with us throughout the week and hang out with us, first of all, be sure to just come to the Discord, pucklediscord.com. If you want to follow us on social media, we're on Twitter until it burns to the ground. We'll be at
A
we're
week.
currently
Give
on
it a week.
Facebook. Yeah, one more week probably, right? We're on Facebook and we're also on Instagram, so you guys can check us out there. You can of course follow us over on. You can follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/PucklePodcast, at Twitch at twitch.tv/ThePucklePodcast. Both those places are where we're streaming live. We're figuring out which one we like better. I have a favorite, but I won't say it now. And we may eventually switch over to one over the other, depending on how.
Given that he
things go.
said switch, you now know what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to catch up on these live streams that we've been doing, it's been a blast. Like, this has just been a very good week in terms of just community hangs, and I really appreciate it. I can't wait to start like terror raid battles with people on stream. I can't wait to start doing that again, because these are just way healthier than doing anything else. And additionally, you can also help us out and support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/PucklePodcast. And I guess until then, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I have been the fluffiest whimsicott.
Have been and continue to be Linian.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
Export.
I want you all to appreciate that I did not try to say anything else in Spanish. I've already mangled the language enough for today.
Oh, you said uñas. Oh,
Petuñas. That's hooves in Spanish, of course.
Yeah.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. There you go. You happy now, guys?
Everything else can go. But closing time
571 then?
This is, I believe, 571.
I just named it Scarlet Violet Launch.
Yeah.
I believe it is. I believe it is the words you just said. What was it called?
Okay, so unfortunately, I can't get to those ruins because
I'm
I
a
don't
student.
have climb.
I don't have climb yet.
I do
think
enjoy
I think
how
climb
they...
is the last one you get. I think climb is the last one you get.
Well, I don't know. And technically, you can get them in any order.
Wait, is it really based on the thing? I just assumed.
Yeah, it's based on the herb.
Wait, what?
Cole did the steel.
Oh, when you do the Titans, you get the upgrades to your.
They're not. So if you
get
just one, I thought it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought it was based on number.
Yeah.
No, because the first. So Cole did cloth and got dash, and we're like, okay, yeah. And then I did bombardier, and then it gave me swimming. Right, that was my second upgrade. Cole did the steel titan.
The steel
next.
one, and it gives you jumping higher. Yeah.
Yeah, but both of us got swimming before. Both of us, he got swimming, and then we've been bouncing back and forth slightly. But yeah, no, it's just based on the specific herb.
Oh wow.
So yeah, no, you can get which has led me to really appreciate some of the level design, because there are items that can only be gotten with certain things, like jumps. Okay, I got swimming, he got jumps, he's correcting me. There are some that can only be gotten certain ways, but there's some that just need either jumping or swimming, or something like that.
Swimming.
Also, I found some goddamn nightmare Pokemon. Wait, are you shiny, or are you just no? You're just poorly shaded.
And also, yeah, this stuff where the light changes, it makes me think that some Pokemon are shiny and they're not, and it's very annoying.
My favorite thing is when the light changed and Cole was just trying to catch a Pokemon, and then he went into it and it sparkled. I guess Ghastly isn't that easy. Yeah, Ghastly isn't that easy to tell apart.
Ghastly No, it's just slightly bluer in the gas around it.
Yes, and its body is a slightly different color. So he didn't notice, and he went and went.
Very slightly.
I hear him like gag.
Wow, that's awesome. I have yet to find a shiny.
I thought I found a shiny.
I haven't found a shiny either.
I found one. I found a shiny Squabbit, and I wish it was anything else on that route.
Right? Yeah.
Have you run into a Veluza Whimsicott?
I have.
Have you seen its unique signature move?
So it tried to use it on me, and it failed. And from the name,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Yeah.
It's
Go
spelled
ahead.
what? No, I assumed it worked a certain way. What does it do?
So it's belly drum shell smash. So it cuts a third of your health to shell smash you.
Okay, wow. Yeah. It does exactly what it says in the Pokédex entry.
Yeah. So Cole saw the Pokemon, saw its name, and immediately, in a bad New York accent, went, "Look at this Veluza." I cannot unhear that every time I see that Pokemon.
That's funny. No, I just yeah, I need to start playing again. And I need to feed my cats actually. It's probably
I've just been trying to find some Gimmighoul.
Did you find the one that I like the most so far is can you swim yet?
Yeah.
Yes, you can, right? Okay, so
Yes.
there's one that's like far out into the sea.
Is it a chest or is it an
There's a
individual one?
chest. No, it's a chest. It's a chest, and it's okay. So you need to go into the sea from the area where the desert is, and there's
Okay, let me get
let
to
me
the. I'm trying to track.
let me put it up so that I can give you a slightly better description of where this is on the
Okay,
map.
so I'm gonna go fly to Marinada.
Yes. Okay.
Because that's the desert. That's the ocean by the desert.
Yeah. Okay. So from there, there are a few islands, and I think it's okay. I took a screenshot.
Did you guys upload your stuff yet?
I have.
No.
Upload your stuff.
I
Don't
forgot
forget.
to. Oh shit! This is gonna be a thing, isn't it?
What
I
is?
took a screenshot. And yeah. Okay.
Because I gotta log into.
You already logged into the Gmail.
No, I gotta open that thing again.
Yeah.
Because I've set it up as a separate. What's it called?
I see.
Profile.
Okay.
What do
so
you mean
need
math? Why is there a math class?
There is
How
a
does-
math class, but it's
It's
battle math.
literally a math class.
Oh.
Okay.
But
so
like they'll say, hey, if you have this, how many Pokeballs can you buy? And you'll say 10, like an idiot.
No,
And she'll
no,
say,
I said
wrong,
11.
motherfucker. It's
I
11.
said
You get a
11
Premier
because you
Ball.
get a Premier Ball.
So it's stuff like that where they do actually go into hidden mechanics in all of these classes.
Interesting.
Very nice.
The history ones are absolutely worth doing though, because they talk about backstory, but also backstory that feels very relevant to where the game is headed.
You seem to be good with Pokemon, so let me ask you, bearing in mind that water is strong as fire, if the water gun hits, it's
yeah. So some of it's basic,
Some of it is
but...
very basic, and some of it is actually interesting.
Okay, Whimsicott, I'm in the ocean. Give me
Okay,
directions.
I'm going to
is.
give you
I
a
see.
screenshot of the map with the thingy of where you need to go.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, I'm gonna leave all of you guys.
I am also going to leave all of you guys.
Because I need to get the episode diced up for the editors, and I need to prep for my D&D session this evening. So, thank you to everybody for coming out. It was a good time seeing all of you. I really appreciate everybody coming to all the streams this weekend. It's been such a blast. Hopefully you guys show up to the rest of them. That happened at this week. We'll definitely have one on Tuesday. I think Claude was talking about streaming on Thanksgiving.
I'm streaming on.
You're streaming on Sunday.
Thanksgiving.
You're streaming on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow.
And then I'll probably pick up some hours next Friday as well. So we'll definitely have a lot of content for you guys. I can't wait. It's gonna be a blast. And then hopefully the week after Thanksgiving we'll be back to normal schedules, but we're gonna be doing some Terra raids, and I'm very excited. All right, but yeah, we will catch all of you guys on the flip flop.
Bye.
Bye.